Hi, Leo. Welcome to your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. So for many of you, this will be a love interest, but it doesn't have to be because we all deal with all different kinds of people for all different kinds of reasons. So let's just see what comes out. So there's the King of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and the Devil. So whatever this relationship is, it's certainly showing up that there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. There could be attachments, there could be toxicity. This could be a lot of things. We're going to get into it. But it feels like one or both of you has to shed some illusions when it comes to whatever this situation is, and to really be honest with yourself about what's happening in this relationship. You are showing up as the King of Wands, which is your card, Leo, by the way. So you're showing up very empowered. I like to see that. But then why does this situation seem so toxic between you and this person? You're showing up with a lot of willpower, with a lot of leadership skills. All of your light side is showing up in this reading. So that's very interesting. And your person is showing up as a Five of Pentacles, so they feel disengaged from this. And that may be what's contributing to the toxicity. You showing up as the King of Wands here makes me feel like you have a lot of pride in whatever this is, and that you may be not budging when it comes to something. Because when I see the King of Wands and the Devil together, it could be a sense of stubbornness. Your person's showing up as a Five of Pentacles. So if they want to be in your life, but it feels like you've really put a hard stop. And maybe that's what needs healing with the Devil here, because your person wants to take action towards you, but it feels like you've said absolutely under no circumstances are you coming back into my energy. So let's start clarifying. Why is this Devil here between the two of you? So the Devil is with the Lovers, which we're going to flip over. So certainly this feels like some kind of an attachment. This is, you're both being drawn together, which is why this person's in your energy, even though you've said no way, you're gone. Your person's still in your energy because this feels like one of those soul attachments or soul contract or something you're meant to do. There's shadow work that needs to be done on both of your sides is what this is saying. Healing that needs to be done. So we have a Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is also can be a card of attachments. So it feels like one or both of you has a really strong grip on this, even though it feels like neither one of you is really happy with it. With the Seven of Pentacles on your side, it feels like you've invested a lot in this. You were patient with it until you couldn't be anymore. And you just said, forget it. I'm drawing a line here. Your person seems to be like the last person standing. With the Nine of Wands, it tells me that your person is still fighting. And that's what I got with the Five of Pentacles. It's like you close the door on this person, or perhaps they close the door on themselves, depending on what happened. But now they're banging on that door trying to be let in. And you're standing on the other side of the door saying, no way, I'm not letting you in. This just isn't working. I've invested too much. I've done too much. But your person's not going away with this Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of someone continuing to fight for something, even when the battle's long been over, when they're the last one there. Everyone's gone home, but they're still fighting something, and there's no one there to fight back. So let's look at this Five of Pentacles. It's coming in with the Ten of Swords. They feel this is very painful for them. Whatever they did to put themselves out, or whatever you did to put them out of your life or your energy, it's very painful, and they understand it's the end, but they're still not giving up. There's like this, like I said, this idea of them, everyone's gone home, but they're still standing at the door fighting to get in, which is why this feels like some kind of an attachment, a very unhealthy attachment that this person may have to you. So there's the Three of Cups, the Tower, and the Queen of Swords. I think in spite of this person's very strong feelings for you with the Three of Cups, and in spite of the fact that they want back in your energy, they would like to have a reunion with you, they would like to reconcile with you, I think they also struggle to show their emotions with this Queen of Swords. This person needs to do a lot of healing. And this tower needed to happen in their life. And I think this tower could have been you throwing them out, or this tower could have nothing to do with you and their life is falling apart in one way or another, which is why they're clinging to you to get any kind of a toehold that they possibly can to feel secure. I mean, they're showing up with a 10 of Swords, a 5 of Pentacles, a Tower, and a 9 of Wands. They are not in a good place right now. And I feel like they're clinging to you as like a life raft is what this is giving me. They need a lot of healing. They need a lot of shadow work. But let's look at you, because you seem powerful in your own right. You're coming in with the Sun. So you're showing up. Those are both your cards, Leo. That's crazy. That's cool. So you're showing up as strong, happy, powerful, in control, optimistic, full of willpower. But yet this person's still in your energy, and it may simply be because they refuse to let go. But let's get more about you. So there's the Star, 10 of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. This situation absolutely expanded your awareness. You, with the 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, you put everything you possibly could into this situation. You thought this was your long-term person. You were all in. And then something happened for this 5 of Pentacles to happen, whatever that is. If this person was emotionally avoidant and saw themselves out the door, or if they did something and you saw them out the door, it doesn't matter, but they're outside of the door. And that was painful for you. But this was meant to teach you that. This expanded your awareness when it comes to relationships and who you give to and who's even capable of giving to you, because it turns out you were giving perhaps to someone who was deeply wounded. With the Devil showing up first, it feels like this person has very deep wounds and attachments that need to be healed. And they're still clinging to you in spite of the toxicity and in spite of you saying, I'm not doing this anymore. That's further clarity that this person needs a lot of healing. I like the Star on your external energy here, because it does show me that you're healing externally from this situation, that you know there's hope outside of this situation, which is probably why you showed up so strong in your own energy. You showed up as the King of Wands and the Sun. So that's pretty amazing as far as your growth, your shadow work, and your awareness of what happened in this situation and what continues to happen. So the 4 of Pentacles is with the Queen of Cups. This was not for a lack of love. You both love each other. You put a lot of love in. I could see that with the 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. You loved this person. Perhaps you still have love for them. You have compassion for them. You intuitively know that this could have been your person had they done their healing, had they faced their shadow self. And this person loves you too, but in their own way. You can't fully love someone if you come in this unhealed. If you come in this broken, you can't really love the way a Queen of Cups needs to be loved. So I do believe this person loves you. I think this person probably had good intentions or has good intentions. But it doesn't matter what their intentions are. It doesn't even matter what their feelings are unless they come in a healed way. So why the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups? Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. With this Page of Wands on your side, it makes me feel like every time you said, okay, we can start again, because they said they would change, or they said this would be different, or they said, wait, but now I understand, or I have done my healing, or I'm going to behave now, or whatever that is. It feels like every time they did that, they came in strong for a little while with this Queen of Pentacles. But it always gets back reduced. I mean, we're devolving here from a 4 of Pentacles to a 3 of Pentacles. So I do feel like this person would do or say whatever they could just to get you to come back, even if they knew they couldn't give that to you, even if they knew that they weren't going to be able to rise to this occasion, even if they knew it required more work from them. They just didn't do it. They had this instant gratification to get you back immediately and say, okay, I'm going to be the Queen of Pentacles now. I'm going to be that person for you. But then it looks like the relationship would just devolve and fall apart again. So why the Queen of Swords on their side? The Four of Wands. They wanted this with you, but they never told you that. This person has very confusing energy, which I can see why you were hurt and why you've put a boundary, because you're very much in your power and you said, that's enough. I can't deal with this anymore. And that's where I am right now too. This person thought they wanted you. You are their forever person. You're their best friend. They love you. The Queen of Cups is here. Everything is here, except their authenticity is not here. That they never really wanted to truly dive in and do the work. They never wanted to look at their inner truth. Or certainly if they did see their inner truth, they never shared that with you. So it left you hurt and confused. So there's the Four of Cups, Five of Wands, and Eight of Swords. So as we already said, this person's in a really bad place. They are now coming in with the Five of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Tower, 8 of Swords, and 5 of Wands. I believe their life outside of your relationship is very tumultuous. There's fighting, their life is falling apart, there's painful things going on, they're being left out. There's a lot of karma that this person is going through. This is very clear. They are extremely stressed, and they feel with this Four of Cups that the only way that they can get emotional balance is by grabbing onto you. But you've already, I can see over here that you've said, no, I'm good. We've done this. We've been around and around and around this. You keep telling me you need me, but what's in it for me? What's in it for Leo? I don't see anything in it for you up to this point. So why the Page of Swords? That's with the Eight of Cups. This is what we said. Your awareness has expanded of what to stay in and what to leave. You grew so much with this Page of Swords. You learned so much about relationships with this person, whoever this is for you, that it has expanded your awareness so much that you are now ready to, you are now ready to emotionally detach completely from this situation, which is exactly what the Eight of Cups is. And you've probably been emotionally detaching. And I feel like now you may have just reached that point where you have fully detached because you showed up as the King of Wands and a Sun, which is like the best energy a Leo can show up in. So Three of Swords, Nine of Cups, Hermit. Yeah, this is very clearly saying I'm better off alone. That is what you are telling me, Leo, that you are better off alone. We have the Hermit here and the Nine of Cups, which are both very solo independent cards. The Hermit is about wisdom that comes from inside. The Nine of Cups is about satisfaction that comes on a personal level, because this Three of Swords is here with this star saying, I'm not ready to get out there and jump back into another relationship. Perhaps that is something you have learned here, Leo. I want to say that perhaps in the past, if people have broken your heart, you've jumped into a new relationship, and that may have been your pattern, but you jumped straight into a relationship with this devil unhealed person. You jumped straight into this one, and that's your lesson. Why did I do that? How did I not see this for what it truly was? And so you're still healing. You're definitely healing, and there's certainly hope, and you are going to heal because you're doing the work, and the Hermit doesn't show up unless you're actually doing the work. So this tells me that you are gaining wisdom about being on your own. You are better off alone. So let's get you some final advice. We have Temperance, which I love because this is really about you understanding that no matter how much you try to alchemize the situation, no matter how much you give, someone who's not coming in authentically is not going to be able to match that level. There's not that balance of temperance. Six of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Hierophant. This is about all the lessons that you have learned. We have the Two of Pentacles underneath. This is about harmony in yourself, balance in yourself, and understanding. Oh, and there's a Two of Wands there too, which is a change of plans. So you understand the Hierophant is the spiritual lesson. The Hierophant is all the things that you have learned. And we talked about that. We talked about this Page of Swords and your expansion of awareness that these are your patterns. You jump into relationships and you don't look at the red flags that are all over the field. The Six of Cups is confirming what I was thinking before, that you may jump into these relationships because of some part of you that was unhealed, some part of your inner child that has not been healed yet. So this Six of Cups is really saying to let your inner child come forward. Give your inner child permission to feel this. And to say, wait a second, I can be by myself. Why did I think that I couldn't be by myself? I'm better off by myself, at least until I heal. And the Six of Swords is very clearly asking you to escape this situation, because you were the student, the Page of Swords, but you've become the teacher, the Hierophant. You've learned the lesson. Now go apply it and perhaps even teach others if possible. So, wow, Leo, there you go. That is your reading for the person that you're dealing with. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.